Something unusual is building as Friday the 13th approaches, and most people are completely unaware of it. This date has always carried a strange reputation. But what many don't realize is that certain periods before it can act like a mirror, revealing habits, energies, and patterns that quietly hold people back. If you're watching this right now, there may be a reason you felt drawn to this message. Because before this Friday, the 13th arrives, there are 6 things you need to release immediately if you want to move forward with clarity and power. The first thing you must give up right now is the habit of constant overthinking. Overthinking quietly drains your energy more than almost anything else. It tricks your mind into believing that analyzing every possibility will somehow create control over the future. But in reality, overthinking only traps you in endless loops of doubt. When you overanalyze every decision, every conversation, every small mistake, your mind becomes cluttered with noise. And when your mind is full of noise, intuition cannot speak. Before this Friday, the 13th arrives, practice something powerful. Pause the mental storm. Not everything requires 10 different scenarios in your head. Sometimes the most powerful step is simple action. The second thing you need to give up is the need for validation from other people. Many people unknowingly live their lives based on approval. They wait for others to agree, to praise, or to confirm that they are doing the right thing. But the truth is that validation is one of the most subtle traps. When you constantly look outside yourself for confirmation, you slowly lose connection with your own inner compass. Friday, the 13th has always been associated with confronting fears and illusions. And one of the biggest illusions is the belief that other people know what's best for your life. The moment you stop needing approval is the moment your real power begins. The third thing you must release immediately is toxic comparison. Social media has amplified this habit more than ever. People constantly compare their progress, their success, their appearance, even their happiness to others. But comparison creates an invisible prison. It forces you to measure your life using someone else's timeline. What you often forget is that you're only seeing a tiny highlight of someone else's reality. Behind every perfect image is a story you don't see. As Friday the 13th approaches, think of this as a reset point. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else. The moment you stop comparing is the moment you finally start moving at your true speed. The fourth thing you need to let go of is the fear of disappointing others. This fear silently controls countless decisions. People stay in situations they've outgrown simply because they don't want to upset someone else. They follow paths that don't excite them because they're afraid of judgment. But here's the truth most people discover too late. If you build your life around avoiding disappointment, you will eventually disappoint yourself the most. And self-disappointment is far heavier than someone else's opinion. Friday the 13th is often seen as unlucky, but in reality, it has always symbolized breaking old patterns. This is the moment to stop living a life designed to satisfy everyone except you. The fifth thing you must give up right now is the habit of holding on to the past. The past can feel comfortable because it is familiar. Even painful memories can become strangely comforting, simply because they are known. But when you constantly revisit the past, you unknowingly bring old energy into your present. You replay conversations, mistakes, regrets, and what-if scenarios that no longer exist. The problem is that your mind begins to believe those moments are still happening. And when that happens, growth slows down. As this Friday the 13th approaches, treat it like a symbolic doorway. What's behind you has already happened. What's in front of you still has infinite possibilities. The sixth and final thing you must give up is ignoring your inner signals. Everyone has moments where something inside them whispers that a situation isn't right. It might be a gut feeling about a decision, a relationship, an opportunity, or a direction in life. But many people silence that inner voice because logic, fear, or social pressure feels louder. Over time, the voice becomes quieter and harder to hear, but it never disappears. Friday the 13th has always carried a mysterious symbolism about hidden awareness and deeper perception. If there's one thing you should start doing immediately, it's listening to that quiet signal within you. Your intuition often sees the truth long before your mind understands it. Now here's the important part that many people miss. Giving up these 6 things isn't about becoming perfect overnight. It's about awareness. The moment you become aware of a pattern, you begin to loosen its control over your life. Awareness is the first shift that creates real transformation. Think about it this way. Imagine carrying 6 heavy bags everywhere you go without realizing it. Each bag represents one of these habits: overthinking, seeking validation, comparison, fear of disappointment, attachment to the past, and ignoring intuition. The longer you carry them, the heavier life begins to feel. But the moment you start putting those bags down, even one at a time, something incredible happens. Movement becomes easier. Clarity becomes sharper. Opportunities become easier to recognize. And this is why timing matters. Certain moments throughout the year naturally push people toward reflection and change. Friday the 13th has always been surrounded by stories, myths, and mystery. But beneath all those stories is something much simpler. It acts like a psychological checkpoint, a moment where people pause and look at what they're carrying. So before this Friday the 13th arrives, take a few minutes to check your own mental and emotional baggage. Ask yourself one honest question. What am I holding on to that I no longer need? Because sometimes the biggest transformation in life doesn't come from gaining something new. It comes from releasing the things that were quietly holding you back all along. And if this message found you right now, just before Friday the 13th, consider it a small reminder. Let go of what weighs you down. Step forward with a clearer mind, and watch how different everything begins to feel once you do.